Well, hey guys, thanks for joining me. Today we are on Badin Lake, competing in the QCKBF Yadkin YOLO event. This is the first event of the 2024 QCKBF tournament trail. Put in at the Whippoorwill boat launch in New London, North Carolina. Coming into this, I've never been to this particular launch. I've only been on Badin one other time. Didn't do particularly well. And in fact, I haven't been doing well just in general. I've been out on my home lake twice and caught one dink. Now that's not one dink like per trip. That's one dink cumulatively for the two trips. So to say I'm in like a bit of a funk right now is an understatement of the year. But that's not gonna stop me from giving this a try. Gonna try to put a couple fish in the boat. Conditions that we have, it's incredibly windy and very, very muddy from what I can tell. It's still pretty dark, but the water is very muddy, a lot of debris. But I'm rolling up on where I'm gonna start fishing. I would say my first spot, but that would entail that I planned at all. I just paddled for 15 minutes and that's where I'm going to start fishing. So that's the plan right now. I'm rolling up on where I'm going to start. Going to do some last minute prep work that I'll be seeing here in a little bit. Well, hey guys, this ain't a midday update. This is an hour and a half into it update. I feel like that old Mike Tyson adage when he said everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the mouth. That's kind of what I feel like. I kind of came into this with a game plan, but conditions are not what I expected, which I guess is the why you pre-fish. Water is colder than I was expecting, as well as man, it's muddier than I was expecting, and the wind, it's windier than I was expecting. So it's basically I'm having to make a move. Where I was at, I wasn't getting bites, but I was also just having control issues. I can't control my boat like I wanted to because the wind. So I'm gonna have to resort to, I'm gonna try to get to like a more sheltered area where I could fish a little bit more conventionally. I think I'm just gonna try to pick apart docks. If I run across, I don't really know this ramp or this area very much. If I run across some grass, I'll fish that. But right now it's just, I'm trying to get out of the wind. Trying to get out of the wind. No bites to speak of. Haven't really seen much action at all. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna try to relocate and see if I can put something together, improvise on the fly. All right, let me get back to it. Yes. All right, guys, on the board. He's a fat little guy. Look at him. 16 1/4. All right, I've officially been fishing for 3 hours. This has been my one bite of the day. But on the board, not a skunk. Let's get him back in the water. And now it's time for tackle roundup. All right, guys, what I caught that fish on was this. This is a 1/2 ounce football jig by 4-7 lures, and the color is called Midnight Blues. It's kind of a black and blue coloration. Let me try to get out of the wind a little bit. It's a black and blue football jig, and the coloration is called Midnight Blue. And it's yeah, it's pretty cool. Look at that, by 4-7 lures. As a trailer, I'm using this. It's a Netbait. It's called Paca Chunk, and it's in black and blue. I like that because it's got kind of like, it's real thin and it's not very bulky, but it's got good flapping arms. Look at that. And because the water is so dirty, I actually put some of these on there. And it's an aftermarket. It's just a rattle. I don't know if you can hear that. It's a little rattle, and it goes on. You thread it on before you put on your trailer, and it gives it a little bit of knock to it. And I think that I don't know if that actually does anything or not, but if anything, it helps with my confidence in it, because the water is really, really muddy. This thing is called the Yadkin YOLO. However, I heard people calling it the Yadkin Yoo-hoo because that's what it looks like. The water is so dirty. Man, it's really, really muddy. Yeah, I'm not hitting on much. That's the first bite that I've gotten today. And we'll see what happens. Let me get back to it with my 1/2 ounce football jig by 4-7 lures, my trailer net bait, and my rattles. And that concludes today's tackle roundup. All right, guys, look at that guy. 18 1/4. Heck yeah. Look at him. All right, let's get this guy back in the water. Well, guys, midday update. Man, this fishing is tough. It's pretty windy, and I think it's getting colder. It's one of the things, I think it's one of these days where like a cold front's coming through. I'm not 100% positive, but it definitely feels colder than when I got out here. I mean, I know I'm wearing more layers than I did before. Now, I don't know if that's just because the wind is getting to me or if it's the temperature's actually dropping, but quite frankly, I'm a little chilly. I may have to put on some more layers. But right now, I'm telling you, fishing is tough. I think when I submitted that fish, I only had 2 fish, and I think I'm in like 11th place. So that gives you some kind of indication. I think there's like 90 guys in the tournament, and 2 fish. Yeah, I think I'm in 11th place, which either people are sandbagging or they're struggling as badly as I am. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing right now, and try to eke out a limit. I think a limit today will go a long ways. But right now, I'm not even worried about a limit. I'm just trying to get a bite. That's really what I'm going for. So let me get back to it. Talk to you in a little bit.
beans. And the kids are getting hungry. I can tell you what that means.
Well guys, I am going to call it a day because it is lines out. I did what I could, man. It was a tough day, and based on what I see happening on the QCKBF message board, a lot of people really struggled today, but it was just tough conditions. Yeah, I wish I could say that I found some. I mean, I got 2 bites and caught 2 fish, and they were nice. Just wish there were more to go with it, but what can you do? Anyways, I'm gonna call it a day. I like this launch a lot. I wish the conditions were better, but it's a nice, it gives you a lot of variety, which is what I like. You know, there's deep water, there's shallow water. This area's got like a lot of docks. Then on the other side, it's like a lot of natural area. There's grass. I don't know. It's just it's a lot of variety, which I really like. But I like to come out here on a day when the fish are actually biting. That would be nice. And the fish, I know that they're big out here, so that's cool. Anyways, I'm gonna call it a day. If you'd like to know anything about what I did today, the lures, the launch, or anything else, you can look down in the description box. I'm gonna leave some additional information down there. While you're there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. The channel's updated every week with new fishing content and new fishing adventures. So I'll be seeing you next week. This is Josh, and this is Abide Fishing.